One, first and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing his work and true sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Proverbs 14 and 12. It says, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So there's a way which seems right unto a man, meaning that your own thoughts and your own ideas of certain things can mislead you. It can mislead you to thinking that you're on the right path or you're on the right track, when in reality you're not. In reality, you're really falling short of the mark. And that's why self-examination is very important, man. That's why being circumspect and humble in this truth can take you a long way. He said, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Because the scripture talk about presumptuous sins. Let's go ahead and get that. This is Psalms 19 and 13. It says, keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall it be upright, and shall be innocent from the great transgression. So let's go ahead and get that in the NLT. It says, keep your servant from deliberate sins. Don't let them control me. They'll be free of guilt and innocent of great sin. So these are sins that you do in a sense of overconfidence in yourself, man. And that's why it's very prudent to consider your own ways. Going back to the book of Proverbs, go ahead and get back to that again. Where were we at? Proverbs 14 and 12, I think it is. This is Proverbs, Salak, Proverbs 14 and 12. It says, there is a way which seems right unto a man. So you can have an overconfidence in something. In reality, you're not doing things right. But the end thereof are the ways of death. So these are all the things to consider, man. These are things to keep in your mind. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 25. This is Proverbs 16 and 25. It says, there is a way which seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So the way that seems right unto us ultimately leads to death. That's why it's very prudent and important to filter everything through the scriptures, man. Let's get Proverbs 12 and 15, I think it is. Let's see here. So the way which seems right unto you is basically, according to the scriptures, the way of a fool, or a foolish way. In the eyes of the Most High, your ways are foolish. That's why the scriptures call us sottish children. We're sottish because we thought we can, do things of our own accord and of our own counsel. This is Proverbs 12:15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkens to counsel is wise. And he that hearkens to counsel is wise, meaning that he that hearkens into his word or filters his actions and makes his decisions according to his word, that's going to be wise. And everything contrary to that is foolishness, man. So the way of a fool is our own way. Because we're foolish and ignorant. Without this truth in our own mind, we're foolish and ignorant. And that's 2/3 of our people. So let's go ahead and get a few more scriptures. This is Romans 6 and 21. It says, let's see here. It says, Romans 6 and 20 says, for when you were the servants of sin, meaning we were doing things of our own mind, of our own will, of our own accord, you were free from righteousness, because we weren't doing things correctly in accordance to the scriptures. It said, what fruit had ye in those things, whereof you are now ashamed? So those things that we used to do, that we had a confidence in, that we took so much great pride in, those are the things that we are now ashamed of, or you should be ashamed of those things. You should be ashamed of the former man that you were. You should be ashamed of the former mentality that you have. It says, what fruit had ye then? Because ultimately none of those things brought forth any fruit or anything of benefit to us. I said, what fruit had you then in those things where you are not ashamed? For in the end of those things is death. It says, but now being made free from sin, become servants to Yahweh, servants in obedience to the word. You have fruit unto holiness and the end everlasting. So now we are on a correct path, a path that Most High Willing leads us to being one of the elect, or being pleasing to the Most High at least, man. Let's get Galatians 6 and 3. It says, it's a lot. This is Galatians 6 and 3, and it says, this is going into the overconfidence that you had in the world about your own way of doing things. And a lot of people, they hold on to that, man. That's something that you got to be careful. You got to be careful for holding on to your old way of doing things, because they work to a degree for you, more or less. Ultimately, you'll see that those things don't work anymore for being in this truth. It says Galatians 6:3, for man thinks himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. See, that's all. When you think yourself to be something, you think yourself to be of your own mind. When you are nothing, because we are nothing, we are worms in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. He deceives himself. You basically lie to yourself, man. Because you can lie to yourself to damnation. You can lie to yourself to justify whatever action that your lust desire. And that's something that you got to be aware of as well, man. The thoughts of our flesh, the scripture said the heart of man is evil, or the thoughts of man are evil. The heart is deceitful, wicked above all things, was he paraphrasing. It says, but let every man prove his own work, and shall rejoice himself alone and not another. For every man shall bear his own burden. So it's up to you to put on the elect, to seek out your salvation with fear and trembling. It's up to you to filter your actions in accordance to this word, man. So that's him that's taught in the word, communicate to him that teaches in all good things. It says, be not deceived, I was not mocked, because a man's soul that should also reap. So, you should continue on in that confidence of the flesh and that confidence of that old man. And ultimately, you're going to reap the benefits or the punishment of that, man, which is going, like the scripture says, is going to be death. Let's get Ephesians 5 and 2. This is Ephesians 5 and 2, and it says, let's see here. It's Ephesians 5 and 6. It says, let no man deceive you with vain words, because of these things come the wrath Yahweh upon the children of disobedience. In those vain words, you can tell yourself vain words. You can tell yourself justification of sin. There's a scripture on the Apocrypha. Let me go see if I can find it. This is Sirach 32 and 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, but finds an excuse according to his will. So that's of having your own mind, acknowledging your own path. The way which seems right unto a man. That's what a sinful man does. He talks himself using vain words, using excuses to fulfill his lust, to fulfill his will, to fulfill his own desires. It says, a man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man has done it with fear. Even when of himself he has done without counsel. To do nothing without advice, and our advice ultimately come from the scriptures. And when that was once done, repent not. You got to be men of decision. It says, go not in the way when thou mayest fall, stumble not among the stones. Consider your actions and their consequences. Be not confident in a plain way. Beware of thy own children. Every good work, trust thy own soul, for it is the keeping the commandments. He that believes the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusts in him shall fare never the worse. See, so that's the secret to success right there, man. The secret to success is acknowledging the Lord in all that we do. Let's go ahead and get James 1 and 22. This is James 1 and 22, and it says, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves, because, you can be a person knowing all the scriptures, knowing all the right words, but when it comes time to apply those to your life, they just seem to disappear out of your decision-making process. And basically, you deceive your own self, man. You lie to your own self. If any be hear the word and not do it, like unto a man beholding not your face in the glass, beholdeth himself and goes his way, and straightway forgets what manner of man he was. So you can be talking all kinds of righteousness and this, that, the other, but once you're to your own vices, so to speak, you do an opposite, man. You forgot all about what you was talking and what you was teaching. And that's something to consider as well, man. And the key to staying humble in this truth and succeeding is to trust in the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in everything that we do. Let's get Proverbs 3 and 5 or 3 and 4. This is Proverbs 3 and 4, and it says, I'll start at verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, your mind, lean not to the understanding. In all the ways acknowledge him, you should direct that path. We acknowledge that by going into this word and filtering our decisions and our actions according to the word. It said, be not wise in your own eyes. Going back to a way which seems right unto a man, which is foolishness at the Most High. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Be held to thy navel, marrow to thy bones. On the Lord, there's something of the first with all an increase. So putting the Lord first in everything that we do is the secret to success. So that shall barn be filled with plenty, and presence shall burn out with new wine. So that's what it is, man. That's how you stay strong in this truth. By putting the Lord first in everything you do. With that being said, that's a real quick lesson. Most everyone hope is edifying. That we give honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.